Well, Noah Lyles, here we are again. So apparently he went on Cam Newton's show. He said some stuff. He opened his mouth. He keep talking. I'm frankly, I'm kind of tired of Noah Lyles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Other things, right? I also heard that he backed out of the race against Tyreek Hill. So, you know, you know. All right, let's just watch the video. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see.
You've been in the media for
A few things.
a couple.
Which one would you like to talk
I would like to start with world champion of what?
about?
That.
If they don't know me for being the Olympic champion, they know me for that comment.
Yes. Talk to me. Like, were you? I don't even want to speak. I just, like, yeah, take us through it.
So, it was the end of the 200 at Budapest World Championships 2023. I just won. I just did the double, became the
I'm trying to be nice. I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him talk.
fifth man to ever do the double. And we're doing an interview, and the post interview after the whole event,
Right.
and a reporter comes up and he's like, "Hey, knowing the recognition that you get over in Europe and around the world, what is it like in the U.S.? Like, we know that it's not track and field is not as popular. Like, what's your viewpoint on it?" And I'm like, it's frustrating at times because we're doing such amazing things and we're representing the US every year we do this.
I'm trying so hard to stay awake. This dude is sleep. I sound like a hater, but bro, he just anyway.
And it hurts because sometimes they only pay attention during the Olympics. And the part that really hurts is that you have world champions, but you have allocated a world championship title to a national title in the NBA and in the NFL and in baseball.
Explain.
When
I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna crash out. But didn't the didn't Team USA just win the gold? And I know you're gonna say, "Oh well, they was all on separate teams," but didn't Team USA just win the gold? So doesn't that prove that? Not okay. Hold on. Let's back up. Not only did Team USA win the gold, right? The players who won gold, who won the NBA championship, were not even the most featured players on the Team USA team. You could even argue that the players who won the NBA championship weren't even the best players on the team. Weren't top, were not the top 7, 8, 9 players on the team. Jason Tatum definitely didn't play like it. He barely got any burn at all. Derek White was definitely not the best player on that team, and Drew Holiday, neither was he. But they played their role, right? So that was the team that won the championship before they went to the Olympics. What do you like? And the NFL, we not even talking about the NFL. Nobody plays football for real on as high of a level as the United States. That's why they call it American football. Respectfully.
you are competing for a league that only faces in one country, that's a national title.
No allows the best players in the world all want to play in the NBA. Everybody. If you're good enough to be in the NBA, you will be in the NBA. Now, will you stay in the NBA? How you get to the NBA? That's a little different conversation. But if you are good enough to be in the NBA, you will get an opportunity to be in the NBA. The best players in the world have been in the NBA. That is a fact. That's why they call it the world champions, because whoever wins has the best team in the world. If they took the team that won and they put them up against any other team, not country, any other team, it would be like a practice game. They would beat the brakes off of any team they played. If the Oklahoma City Thunder won, they would beat the brakes off of any other of those club teams they played. Best team in the world. Because all of the players, all of the best players in the world play on that league. Period.
When you compete against everybody in the world and they have all agreed to show up in this one place, that's a world title.
Fair. But again, like I said,
When you show, let's say all the Americas, North America, South America, people, everybody, all those countries decide that they want to do it. That's an intercontinental championship. So it involves multiple countries, but it's not all the countries. So it hurts when, an NBA champion.
he don't even know how to speak with conviction. He can't even speak with conviction. That's why I'm like just dope. I'm like just zoned out when he's talking. Like I really gotta like focus when he's talking.
Comes out and they're like, they're like, we're the world champions.
Oh, I see.
It's like, wait, you only faced teams that were organized in the US.
In the US or in this nation.
But they came from other countries all over the world. Best players in the world. Some people think Jokic is the best player in the world. Some people think Shea is the best player in the world. Guess where they are? In the NBA. They're not playing in their respective countries. They're not playing in Serbia. They're not playing in Canada. They playing in the NBA. That's why they are national world champions.
Yeah.
Why are you a world champion? No disrespect to what you did.
It's just facts.
What you did is amazing.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I love the market.
No, you don't. You don't love it. And you are when somebody say no disrespect, it's disrespectful. Fun fact.
And I love the storytelling. That's the fun part is, besides actually playing the sport, that's the other part of sports to me. But you're giving them a title that, me and a lot of other athletes in the US have actually fought for and get no recognition for.
You do get recognition. It's called the Olympics. When you get all the praise and the adulation and everything that you get, that's what that is about. That's what that is for. Okay? You get your praise. The reality is, at the end of the day, track and field is not as visible. We see NBA players majority of the year. We see NFL players majority of the year. We see you once every 4 years. And maybe when we see the time trials. That's it. Here's the other part that you don't understand. It's a culture. NBA is about culture.
So if you could change how they express their excitement for winning, what would you prefer them, or what would you prefer them to say?
I don't think of it like that. I think it's more our fault for not giving a better way of marketing it.
So you don't want, and the blase blah, the world champions.
I think that world champions is fine and all that. I think our problem is that we are not organized enough. We're too amateur. In fact, we are amateur.
The U.S. is?
No. Track and field is a sport.
Oh, okay, there we go.
No, track and field is a sport, is amateur.
So organize it, make it popular, make it popping. Why don't you focus on that instead of hating? Focus on that. Oh, I'm glad this is over. I'm about, bruh, because there was so much more to this story. And I'm gonna be honest, right? There's so much more to this because I watched this full thing. I watched the full thing. I'm not gonna lie, I watched the full thing, and it was a tough watch, right? But here's the truth: he ducked Tyreek Hill. He straight up ducked him. They were supposed to race, and then he was just like, "Oh, it's a little beneath me for me to race." Well, he said that his peers said it was beneath him for him to race non-track and field people. Then he said he can't do the race because of personal reasons. So he just straight up ducked the race. Straight up. Here's the problem, right? You know what? No Lyles. I'm not even gonna go in. I'm gonna give you some advice. Let me be your PR. Let me be your marketing. So that if you ever watch this, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do to get to where you want to be. First and foremost, let me teach you something. Let me tell you something, right? I can't tell you nothing about your craft because you are in the top 0.0001% of track and field. So I can't tell you nothing about that. I've never been there. Can't tell you what it feels like to be there. Pause. But what I can do is I can tell you that you don't know how to market yourself. Stop hating, right? First and foremost, stop hating. You're hating on other people. Understand something. Basketball is culture. Basketball is not just basketball. The reason why basketball players they get their own custom shoes and all of them don't get them. All the best players in the world do not get them. There's only a few. You have to be marketable. You have to make people want to be involved with your brand, right? Basketball is a part of culture. That's why the shoes don't just look comfortable; they be fly. You can wear them with an outfit. I can like all the best shoes are basketball shoes. That's why Jordan, Michael Jordan, his brand has far exceeded the amount of money he made in his NBA career. You want to know why? Because he made his shoes stylish. The swag, the comfort, the look. And now he's got all these different variations. And then he's made it in a way where it's kind of an exclusive thing where you gotta be in the know to know how to get a hold of these shoes. Straight up. Hey Sumi. Um, when it comes to track and field, I'm gonna be honest, Noah. Nobody knows who you are like that. I'm gonna just be real. We know about Sha'Carri. I bet you if you ask the common person right now, yo, who is the most popping person in the Olympics in track and field right now? I'm not gonna lie to you. They probably are gonna say Usain Bolt, not even realizing that he don't even race no more. Nobody's gonna. I don't think people would say you. Usain Bolt was a one of one. Usain Bolt separated himself when he was doing his races. He was He was here. Everybody else was back here. Wasn't close. He doing photo pictures. He's styling on people, looking back, smiling. Nobody's close to him. You're not doing that. You're not doing none of that. But that's besides the point, right? Usain Bolt's 101. Hey, his son is going to college and his son's a demon. So, but yeah, hopefully, I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully he races for Team USA. Nah, he'll probably race for Jamaica, but that's okay. That's okay. Shout to him. Shout to him. Anyway, no Lyles, back to you real quick, my boy. Hear me and hear me good. This is what you need to do. You need to go and race these content creators, these athletes, these people who are calling you out. So take it as a sign. Like, instead of being cocky and being like, nah, you're not messing with me, show them. Create you a YouTube channel. Don't go on nobody else's platform. Create you a YouTube channel. Tell them I will race you if y'all promote my YouTube channel. But y'all gonna do it on my platform. I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna own rights to the footage. At least my portion of the footage. Y'all can have y'all cameras out there, whatever, do what y'all do. But I'm going to upload it to my channel. You race, you're gonna get millions of views. This shit's gonna go viral, right? That's how you become an icon. Show people that you're the fastest person in the United States of America or the fastest person in the world. That's what we want to see you do. It's different. Usain Bolt, people wouldn't dare challenge him. But for whatever reason, they feel like they could challenge you. I don't know if it's your demeanor. I don't know what it is, but they feel like they could challenge you. So make an example out of people. Straight up. Just make an example out of them. Straight up. 100%. Tyreek Hill want to race you. You know you can beat Tyreek Hill, although he did run a 10-1-2. So if you get a bad start, he gonna give you some run for your money. I'm not gonna lie. Do a rematch with speed. Do the Tyreek Hill race. Or anybody else who want to race you. Just, set it up. Race them. Get some views off of it. Go through some stretches. Talk about, be a real human. Talk about like your process and how you decide to get from, how you decide to start, how you grew up and all that stuff. You start all that stuff up and boom, you got yourself a career and boom, guess what else? You've made yourself to the point where you don't need anybody else. You've become a brand and now they're going to want to work with you more. But now if you race and you start beating all these content creators and their community favorites, he was like, oh, who's the fastest? Tyreek Hill. Oh, who's the fastest? Speed. Guess what? Guess what, Mr. Noah Lyles? Kids want to be you now. But hey, what do I know, right? I don't know nothing. But instead, Noah Lyles, you want to sit on and go on all these platforms and go be a hater. Stop being a hater. Understand what it took for them to get there. You know what Anthony Edwards did? What separates him? Why you had beef with Anthony Edwards because you was talking smack? You want to know what separates Anthony Edwards from you, Noah Lyles? Noah Lyles, not only does Anthony Edwards go out and talk smack, he steps up to the challenge. So he's telling people, I respect you as a great, but I need to beat you. We don't get that from you. Yours is more like you want to throw your rocks and hide your hand. You want to go and talk smack about everybody. You want to go talk smack about all the athletes in the NBA championship and the world championship and all that stuff. But then, like, you want us to go and cheer for you when it's time for the Olympics to show up. Makes sense. But you want to be the most praised and the most loved, but you're not throwing love. You're hating. You gotta spread love and you gotta find your own lane, find your own way. You're upset because they won't let you get a shoe. Set yourself up in a position where they will regret that they ever didn't give you a shoe. You gotta take risks. You gotta take risks. And who's wearing a track shoe anyway? Let's be honest. Nobody walking around wearing no track shoes on an everyday basis. Now, if you're working out, that's one thing. You going on a walk, you doing your little power walks, to keep yourself in shape. That's one thing. I'm not walking around in walking shoes. I'm not going to the club in walking shoes. Not that I go to the club all the time, but I'm not just going through my casual day with a pair of Noah Lyles on. It probably won't happen. Granted, I'm not. I mean, let's be honest. I ain't walking around too many places with shoes on in general. I'm a slides the most comfortable shoe possible in the world type of guy. But that's me. That's all I got, man. All right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. No Lyles. Like I said, just take my advice. I think I know. I think I understand. I think I understand, right? And I just need you to stop being a hater. Show your personality. Show you. Market you. Don't market this nasty stuff you're doing. You talking about you're kicking people down, trying to big yourself up, and it's a nasty look, which is why you aren't where you want to be in life. Yeah, I know you're doing great. Sure, you're probably rich. I'm sure you're doing, all these great things, but like you could be doing more if you allow yourself to do more and think outside the box. But that's it. Y'all tell me in the comment section on YouTube. Let me know. Am I tripping? Am I on base? Am I off base? I know the Noah Lyles stands probably gonna kill me in the comment section, but that's okay. Y'all be okay. Y'all be fine. All right, I'm out. Peace.